Hello, beautiful Scorpio. Welcome to your reading. If you're new here, I am Divine Light, and I'm so happy you joined me today. In this reading, we will dive into the energies of this transition time we're going through this year to the next, and I'm going to also dive into a deep dive tarot. I prepared a special spread for you, and we're going to look into that and see what's coming your way. By the way, if you're new here and if you haven't subscribed already, that's the best and free way to support the channel if you enjoyed this one. And if you would like a private reading, I have my email in the description box. Just send me an email and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And let's start out with a coffee cup. And I would like to mention, I usually realize that people are watching the coffee cup and not looking at the tarot. Most of the time I use tarot for explanation of certain things coming up in the coffee cup as well. So like if you watch that part, you can get some clarity about, for example, I see a person here, a man standing. He has a V in his hand and kind of looks like they're wearing a cloak. And this can show up as maybe a King of Swords. That's the first thing popped in my head, which can be a someone Libra, Gemini, or an Aquarius energy who is maybe extremely logical, stoic in your life at this time. Maybe this is actually the next year timelines we're looking at. And this person might be bringing you something. This reminds me of a flower bouquet, a massive one, something that will really satisfy you. It can be representative of that. That's why I like to clarify with the tarot too. I see there is actually a tears of joy falling. This is the second year. We divide the cup into half. Now this is right now what's happening. There's a volcano in front of you. This kind of looks like a volcano to me, but when I look at it a little bit, it just looks like maybe even a camel eating food. It can be something like that. There are two people on top of it. Some of you may be planning to move. You packed up, everything is ready to go. However, you're waiting for the right signal. And I see here there's a goat right there, but this goat, kind of the only head showing up, reminds me, it's not like a Capricorn energy. I feel like this is like a sacrifice that needs to be made. And the sacrifice means that giving up something lesser of a value in order to gain something higher of a value. I always give the simplest example to that, like getting rid of the junk food in order to have like a healthy eating habit. It doesn't have to be about weight loss or anything. It can be like changing the way you do things is going to actually benefit you in the highest way. And when you do, I feel like this camel can lift off and move forward to this new horizon. Looking up here, I see 1, 2, 3, 4 different tears of joy coming forward here. Can be 4 different good news coming when you do this sacrifice, and or like let go of something that you have been carrying on your back. The sacrifice can also be someone only benefiting you in an emotional way, not really materialistically or physically. They're helping you, but maybe there's an emotional satisfaction only. That's why you are accommodating to this person. When you let them go, we have a donkey here. Donkey can be someone stubborn, okay, headstrong. And also another thing is donkeys are very mischievous. Like they're in the farm and stuff. They're really mischievous. So this can be that kind of a person. And you are maybe trying to help because you are sympathetic towards them. But it seems like they can be holding your camel back to move to the next chapter of your life, okay? I see that you're moving on to a bright sunshine here. And there's also a person, kind of looks like with a long ear. Kind of reminds me of an elf. And I see letter E as well here. Like Eric, Henry, Harry. No, not the Harry, but the Henry has an E. And I was going to say actually a name with an E popped in my head, but now it's disappeared. A woman's name, Helen. Helen maybe can be in their first name or the last name. The ear, pointy ear, can indicate like the elves I mentioned. And the elves in actuality, if you don't look at the Lord of the Rings, they are like spirits, like the earthly nature spirits, it is believed. So this can be someone like an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, They have like a grounding energy to the earth. Maybe someone wealthy, someone who knows what they're doing, or someone who has experience. E can be in their name, like I mentioned. And it seems like they are paving the way for you to go to this new horizon. Paving the way doesn't mean that they are actually financially supporting you, packing you up, putting you on the road. It can be even they're giving you the idea to where to go to, or like giving you the name of a city, giving you procedure that you need to fill out a certain paperwork to get the results. It can be something like that. It doesn't have to be like them doing the work for you, but giving you a crucial key which will unlock the door. Okay. And I see that this is actually towards the end of the year, you're going to have clarity. The sun is shining and you're heading towards the direction. And the next year's energy, I see the transition time is going to be really calm and relaxed. And I see there's I told you there's a man standing here. He has a cloak. Cloak can indicate maybe someone in the official business or doing a traditional job. And I was talking about a traditional jobs the other day. And if you ever seen like a Roman ruins, you realize that there's water lines, aqueducts and stuff. So there was a plumbing system back in the day. So that's like a traditional job as well. Even though I mentioned, give the examples of like lawyers and doctors and engineers and those kind of things. But this can be like a something really crucial. I feel like that's the crucial job, like immediate need. I feel like this can be that kind of a person too, that they are needed, required on the spot if there's like something goes wrong. So it seems like they have 3 people on their back. This can be even a person who has like 3 people working for them, or maybe this is someone in your family. And these, I see there's like people actually here wearing one frog right there. Frog can be someone resourceful, someone who can actually come up with a lot of ideas, a lot of resources, and maybe even like I feel like maybe even resources. The first thing coming to my mind is maybe you have a bake sale and this person can bake up a lot of things, or if you have a garage sale, they can bring up a lot of stuff to actually like, gather up the money. And there's a person, there 2 of them are wearing witch hat. So this can be like the ones that are like really intuitive. They can feel the negativity as well. This person has 2 more people on top of their head. Now I'm starting to think this can be you. I mentioned a lot of like maybe traditional jobs, but like there are a lot of traditional jobs that we don't realize what we're doing is like actually something that has been on the foundation of the earth for so long for humanity. So it can be something like that too. Don't take it in the sense of like, I'm a computer engineer, so computers actually existed. I think I heard somewhere Mayans actually had a computer back in the day. So computing actually, like when you watch the Hidden Figures movie, you realize computing mean that using math to calculate. It doesn't really mean the machine. I didn't know that. So that was my ignorance. So it can be something that you're doing calculations, and it seems like there are 3 people supporting you. 2 people, they look very light energy, but I feel like they have maybe even naivete. The light energy is there. They don't know anything they're talking about, and they might be cutting up the flow. Okay, because I see that you're standing on a chunk of money. These 2 people might be clients coming in, family members. They're cutting up the flow to this beginning of the next year, which we're going to look into the biggest challenge of what's coming forward. And these people can be the ones that you need to learn how to say no, or learn to tell them they need to figure out their own solution in their problem. It can be something like that. That can be your biggest challenge. And another thing here, I see a lion coming. I feel like this lion energy, Leo, is a leadership, is your guidance and advice, which we're going to also clarify that with the tarot, is you taking charge and leading with confidence, believing that what you're putting out is actually your guidance, your decisions are going to really get you to where you want to go. Another thing I see in there is a kind of looks like number 8, but I see also a handle of a guitar. Guitar can be indicative of an artistic activity that you are going to start doing in your heart space. It doesn't have to be related to guitar. I see also number 8. I feel like there is something, it can be even a flute, because we have like a line right there, which is going to have some material satisfaction at the end of the day. You might have like a skill that you don't really perform, show. Maybe there's going to be an opportunity, an offer coming in that kind of like a area. But the second thing here can be you are actually, maybe you have an interest, you want to do certain things. For example, I hear, as I get older, my friends, I hear from them, like, I always wanted to play the piano, for example. And it can be something that you really had as a passion, but you didn't have time. Seems like you're going to have time to pursue that passion, which will attach to 8. 8 can be, at the end of the day, you getting a material satisfaction out of this thing, okay? In the same, again, next year energy, I see there's a bubble inside of a cup. Kind of looks like a champagne glass. There are 2 pathways in between, and there's a lot of conversation over it. So you might be accomplishing something very big. A cup indicates emotionally fulfilling new offer, emotionally fulfilling new beginning coming forward. It's in between 2 pathways or 2 people that you're selecting. Some of you might have 2 options when it comes to love. Maybe contemplating which one to choose, and the one you choose either way is going to be very good catch and match for you. And the conversation over it, the thought bubbles are, I feel like this person also has a lot of thoughts about you. It's not really one-sided thing. They're also contemplating how the things are going to work out with you, and they are like imagining with a future with you. That's why that one is going to be the one that is going to be victorious, I feel like. I don't know if you can hear the thunderstorms outside, and we had like a massive rain a minute ago and it stopped. I think it will come back again, but I feel rain is a global thing, even though it's happening somewhere else. And if you have a wish or desire, do hold on to it, keep it in mind. And I feel like this is my traditionally, it's believed in my family, in my culture, that the rain actually can bring your desires, okay? Let's dive into your saucer now. If you have a specific question, a desire, and intention, hold it in your mind. I see here there's a blobfish. I don't know if that's the name of the blobfish, but it's like a blob. Kind of looks like outside, and looks like a depressed human, by the way, when you see the face of that. Your desire has some time, okay? Since I was talking about that, your energy field is intact. This person is someone who's on top of like a chunk of money or a power or something that is really necessary or attached to you. This kind of looks like a diamond ring as well. And they're trying to hold on to it, not letting you take it. This can be like a mother-in-law, maybe not really giving you peace in your marriage. It can be someone like that. But it's not because of you or the person you're with or your situation. Maybe there's someone at work that doesn't want to retire, so you can take their position. It's because overall, generally, they're not really happy. When I flip the 3rd time, your desires start moving towards you. I feel like this is actually, instead of trying to change that person or what they're doing, I feel like maybe there's a change of mind or strategy necessary. And maybe you already tried 2 more things. It seems like the 3rd thing is going to be very successful. Another thing I'm looking at here is there's a whale in your heart space. Whale can be indicative of someone powerful, strong, and established. I see a letter D here coming with your desire. D is desire also. And so David, another name popped in my head, can be someone that can be helpful to you. And the whale is what you want to become, it seems like, and it's forming, like the tail is not really visible, but the body is here. We have like the mouth is not really visible, it's coming forward, it's showing up slowly. So it seems like you are really heading towards the energy that you want to become, but like partially it's going to start coming. And this year it's going to start, and then you're going to continue the next year. In the next year's energy, there's this person, I told you, the blob. Maybe you are actually thinking that they have an effect in your outcome, and that's why they have an effect on your outcome. Maybe it's about the changing your mind that they can really affect you with your desires come to you. Okay, maybe there's a understanding. That's what you need to know at this time. Okay, like you need to know that you can change the outcome of a situation, that not a person's attitude, your state of mind is important. What's the major lesson of this year? Hanged Man. wading through. This is actually very beautiful because hangman is, even though we see it as an energy of like a pause, reflection, and stopping on your tracks, and the things are not really moving forward. And I see here, this is Jesus Christ and coming out of kind of like a wormhole. The thing is though, oh, this gave me amazing ideas. The thing is, hangman is someone who spoke his truth. However, they hang him upside down. Now he has a different perspective. When he was up there, he realized, oh, there is a different way to handle this situation. I should be doing that. Or maybe he realized, oh, okay, I was pushing the wrong door. There's another door I can walk through. And when you're recognizing that, there can be a temporary pause. And that's the major lesson. Wading through and see how things are going to go forward instead of trying to push the doors open. They're not really opening, okay? Another thing here, I told you there's a wormhole, and what the wormhole does is it actually shortens the distance. This is how they describe it, okay? Wormhole is, like, we see the time as like a flat line here. Wormhole is one hole here, one hole there, but they're the same hole, and they just bend the time like that and can get you from this to this, A to B, in a faster way. So I feel like here, when you pause, reflect, even though you felt like, oh, I lost a lot of time, this is actually passing you through a wormhole that you're having a quantum jump without realizing. And if that's the case, the major lesson is when you pause, you're not really slowing down, you're not really missing out, you're actually shortening the timeline when you understand and enlightened about the certain situation, okay? Biggest achievement is the fortune. Massive change, and we're still in this timeline. So if you haven't seen massive change yet, towards maybe the end of the year, you might have it. And this can, I feel like there's a plane here, gold and the gems. It can be a very positive outcome for some of you. A biggest achievement, like getting an upgrade, getting a promotion. And this also involves that Wheel of Fortune is not only about going through massive change, but also learning to go and buy your lottery ticket if you want to hit the jackpot, rather than just like depending on the mental power. And when the action calls, the inspiration comes, you pursuing that. Okay, that's what the Wheel of Fortune is. Another thing we have, what you let go of, is the Sage of the Worlds. And Sage of the Worlds is Knight of Pentacles. Maybe the master energy here, becoming the master of everything, being on top of everything, micromanaging situations and watching the grass grow. Basically, it seems like this energy has been something that is holding you back for a while, and now you actually step away, step back, you plant the seeds, and you are letting things to brew and grow by itself so you can really do other things in the meantime. Okay, that's like, it seems like the major what you let go. Okay, letting go of the control, that can be the energy here. When it comes to what to expect, let's see, we have here Two of Cups, equilibrium, love. Some of you might be manifesting love, a soulmate, someone who aligns with you perfectly and reflects you in a way to help you, because twin flames usually are not the exact same energy, but the soulmate is a supportive energy. It seems like some of you are manifesting support. You can expect support to come, soulmates to arrive, to give you a hope, maybe even open up some pathways. It can also be like not only like love, it can also be like friendships, because soulmates, we have many, and some of those showing up can be supportive friends and the people that align with you, aligned bosses or colleagues to work together that you will perfectly align. Okay, and biggest challenge of upcoming year, we have the Empress here. Empress has patience, so I feel like it's actually planting the seeds and watching them grow and doing whatever is necessary to make your seeds grow. That's the energy of the biggest challenge. So can be patience. That's why I felt like maybe it's patience to wait for everything to get to the right size to harvest. Okay, and I feel like you are actually letting go of watching the grass grow. So this is the what you let go from this year, and so this turns out to be also another challenge. So it is something of an upgrade from minor arcana to the major arcana. So it's going to be an upgrade here. I feel like maybe some of the things that you're expecting are growing and getting bigger too, okay? The theme of next year, Three of Cups, celebration, success, enjoyment. There's a beautiful cup right here, by the way. I feel like it's a historical thing. It can be coming together with your loved ones and celebrations, birth, weddings, something that is going to be maybe even that you're going to complete a cycle in your life and open up a new one. The love is actually says here, and in that new one there is going to be, every day is going to be a celebration, and every day you're going to receive support. It can be universal support, it can be physical support from the people surrounding you. It can also be like when you're going somewhere, traffic is splitting up, that's also a celebration. Even though we don't see those things as like a little things, we don't really value them as much, but when you look at the big picture, those are the things that actually keeps giving us the energy and the confirmation that we're truly blessed, okay? But this Three of Cups overall is a big celebration. The advice, we have 10 of Cups. Again, I feel some of you are getting surrounded by soul family that are fully supportive of you, and you might really have accept the support. That's the advice. Accept the support coming in, and this doesn't really have to show up in this format that you're expecting it to show up. Maybe this whole family is not really coming from your bloodlines, but also your friends, or maybe the lady in the grocery store giving you something that you really need, or giving you a phone number for someone that you're really looking for, someone that you need. Okay, it can be something that's simple, but these are all like family members, soul family members that are actually helping with our growth and also expansion. So I feel here that's the advice. Do not limit your family and the support coming to you to like only bloodlines or the people that are surrounding you. There might many of them can be added to your life, which will actually participate in your happiness. And the transition from this year to next year, we have 10 of Worlds, which is 10 of Pentacles. Couldn't get any better than that. Not only you're going to have soul family supporting you, emotional satisfaction coming forward, and use that energy coming into your life. This is also suggesting that you will maybe even create a legacy, a financial structure, a happy family. Rewards are going to be there to collect, okay? From this year's work, maybe you put out there, is going to be next year's rewards that you're going to be enjoying. Let's see the clarifiers with the Hangman here. What's the major lesson? King of Wands is a passion energy. So like I said here, you have something you need to change your perspective about. When like you learn that, I actually go through the wormhole and shorten the time, because King of Wands is a fast energy. Even though you feel like there's a temporary pause, actually prolonging things to come, I feel like here with the King of Wands energy is a passion, and this is giving you the chance. What you learned this year is giving you the chance to pursue your passion. Be confident, everything is working out, and you are going to achieve what you're desiring in a shorter period of time. Biggest achievement, we have the Magician with the Wheel of Fortune. The change is coming. This change is not random, because this is something that you're intending, and that's how the change is going to happen. Because the Magician has an intention. He has all the tools in his hand, and he's lifting up his magic wand to speak it to the universe, and telling to the universe, this is what I want. This is what I'm intending to create. Bring it back to me. And then the universe is aligning with the change, which is going to be your heart's desire, your biggest achievement this year. What you let go of, I told you that you're letting go of maybe watching the grass grow, diligently working on your things, but maybe not obsessing about it. Another thing here, Page of Wands, while there's something that you planted, a seed that you planted growing, instead of obsessing over it and just going back and forth over it, you're probably going to focus on new passions. You're learning to focus on new passions, new things, new love, new friendship, maybe other adventures that you want to experience. What to expect next year? We have Two of Cups coming up with the Ace of Cups. Some of you for sure manifesting love, and it is coming. I feel like it's aligning with the biggest challenge, and the Empress is a receiving energy. It's the feminine energy. Maybe it's about receiving love. Okay, that's what's coming forward. You can expect love to show up, loving relationships to show up, and maybe this is a work success still, but you're doing this thing with love and falling in love with yourself and with your life. And the thing is, the challenge is going to be, though, accepting what's been given to you. Okay, and I feel like the more self-love you work on, the actually more you feel enough as you are, as your being, the more you're going to be able to allow the things to come into your life and allow them and accept them. We have Ten of Swords with the Empress, and this is actually the biggest challenge. I feel like there's some old being within you that believes maybe not worthy, you're not worthy, or it can be, like I said, having hard time to receive, because it can be sometimes when we are growing up, it can be dangerous to receive things from others. And yes, and now I'm looking back, yes, I grow up with that too. If you watch the movie Changeling, I think the Angelina Jolie was actually playing, I grew up with those kind of stories that children are getting disappeared off the streets and stuff. So they told me always, my parents, do not ever accept anything from a stranger. Do not ever believe them. If they tell you your parents is with us, they're in the hospital, never go with them. So I have that kind of inner paranoia. And probably my generation or older generations, we have this kind of paranoia. Now the children are not really in their homes, but we grew up in parks. So that was a common advice that I received. So I feel like, though, it's still alive within me, that scared part. And that needs to go in order for you to receive new things coming into your life. This doesn't have to be exactly what I'm telling right now. It can be a different story. But it seems like there's something within you scared, afraid of receiving maybe even the compliment, wealth, abundance, offers. And that's why whenever it starts to come, maybe you're freaking out. But that part of you, you're completely letting it go. The theme of next year, we have King of Swords with the Three of Cups. King of Swords can be your logical understanding of some things and being stoic at your work, walking towards your heart's desire, and making that happen is going to really lead to love and celebration. So do not give up on the logic, because you are manifesting this love. Means that you already have desires too and passions, but you know which way is the best way to actually receive it. This cloud kind of reminds me of this hand gesture. This is actually, I think it's okay. Kind of like looks like that. And also, like in some cultures, this means very tasty, delicious. So it seems like some of you are maybe even manifesting. The theme of the life this year is going to be about life being so delicious, okay? Ten of Cups with the advice, we have Ace of Swords. You're going to find your soul family, so do not work, you're going to be able to express new ideas, come up with new ideas, and also you're going to be able to speak your own truth without getting judged. So it's going to be this is the advice. You don't have to hide your true desires, true feelings. Tactfully, you can express them. That's going to be the advice here. And finally, we have Ten of Pentacles transition. We have Hermit with the 10 and the 9. 9 is enlightenment. I feel like when you receive all this wealth, abundance, resources, support universally from the people around you, and maybe divinely it's coming to you, you see the manifestations in here, the stars, your heart's desire in there in your lantern. It can even guide you towards the direction of, oh, let me just pause and reflect a little bit. How did I come here? What was the formula? Can I recreate that? Or should I maybe even teach that? It can be something like that as well, okay? It's just maybe going back into your shell and reanalyzing and understanding how this formula actually created this beautiful outcome for you. Let's get to your 3 important things you need to know at this time. And then we're going to look into what's getting activated in your life. Let's cut the deck. We have potential, a mountain right there showing that you have massive potential, and maybe you need to go to mountaintop before even diving deeper into all of these things. You have so many mountains here though. 1, 2, we have sand dunes right there. Does he have mountains? He has some hills up on the background. Seems like here some of you are climbing up in a higher place. The potential is right there. Maybe you need to start exploring what else you can do. Not only that, though, it's not about only exploring the potential. This can be about asking the right questions. The Hermit is about being in your mind, and it also requires you to be relaxed. It seems like here, relaxation can come through meditation. Meditation, there are many guided meditations. What I most of the time do is Deepak Chopra and also Joe Dispenza. Powerful meditations they have, and manifestation meditations especially can put you in the real feeling state of being of your heart's desire. But the thing is, relaxation, she's reading a book there. whatever that thing is, that ringtone basically that gets you into that mental state, you need to also explore that. Okay, I don't want to say need to, but because we said 3 important things you need to know, you can explore that relaxation and forgiveness. Very important. I feel like this orange background, this color is almost the same. So orange is our sacral chakra, our actually reproductive organs are, creative, where our creative chamber is. So can be some of you really have blockages in that creative chamber. That's why that's the biggest challenge. Now it makes sense to me with the empress. And when you let go of what doesn't serve you, you see also there's sun shining on the background. There's new mountains here, that the behind the hills and the mountains, there you go, it's right there too. You have your freedom basically. So that's what's behind them. What's that mountain? Now I can see it's forgiveness. Forgiveness doesn't have to be forgiving someone and letting them come back and step all over you. It doesn't mean that. Forgiveness is forgiving yourself because maybe you allowed at that moment you didn't have the support system mentally, spiritually, physically, in order to protect yourself. It can be something like that as well. It doesn't have to be specifically this, but forgiving yourself, okay? Another thing I'm going to pull is what is getting activated in your life, this transition time. And then we're going to pull a final message. Let's see what that is. This is the activation sacral chakra, guys. I told you orange is right there, and come forward too. The frequency of sacral chakra, the orange flower of life, supports our ability to flow with our desires and stimulates our creative power to manifest success and abundance in our lives. And if you're feeling any blockages to creative, actually, you can listen to, again, meditations, and also there are like a crystal ball activations and stuff. On those can be helpful. Another thing I want to see, there is also, try this. There's an option here. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Let go of your breath with an audible sigh, like, ah, okay? Now bring your attention to your emotions. How do you feel? Are you expressing yourself the way you desire in your life? Are you inspired? What do you do to express your creativity? How about your sexuality? Perhaps it is time for a new project or a love affair. Okay, that's a suggestion coming forward, and you can look for ways to unlock that part so you can really receive material abundance too. Let's pull your final message, what the unicorn wants you to know right now. King of the unicorns, you are blessed with majesty, vision, and power. So it seems like you already have like a high power. I see like 242, it's connecting. So 2 is partnership. Maybe when you can, maybe partnering up with your higher self. I feel like it doesn't even have to be a human being, even though you have many love cards here. It can be partnering up with your royal, it says regal self, okay, regally. The King of Unicorns has an open heart, third eye, and crown. Okay, he is a mighty being, and this is a special card calling on you to stand in your power with dignity and majesty. I act regally, basically standing your ground and protecting your boundaries and trusting that everything is working out for you. Okay. All right, beautiful Scorpio, that's all for today. I would like to thank you for joining me, and I wish you a magical day. Bye. Hey beautiful, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel.